Not many players that have played in the NBA can say they have won a championship. More than ever, players are putting themselves in a position to do so, whether that is signing with a team that's already a contender or requesting a trade to one. Most players who take this approach will not let go of their ego or take a lesser role, which can also include a reduction in stats to win. Which begs the question, how bad do they really want to win a championship? Ron Harper may have sacrificed the most a player could ever do so to put himself in a position to win a championship, completely changing his game and putting his team first over his own career. Ron Harper essentially became two different players in the NBA. You will not believe the dramatic change in his game and the selfless player he became to help the Chicago Bulls three-peat from 1996 to 1998. This is the story of how Ron Harper won 5 championships in the NBA. Ron Harper was drafted from the University of Miami by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 1986 NBA draft with the 8th overall pick. Ron was a 6'6" athletic shooting guard whose biggest strength was getting to the rim, and he could finish very well in traffic. Harper was an elite scorer. Using his penetration as a threat, most often than not, the defense would give him enough room to shoot the easy jumper, compensating for his drive. He wasn't the best shooter, but had a high IQ, managing to find other ways to score. In his senior year of college, Harper averaged 24.5 points a game, almost 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. In his rookie year with the Cavs, he continued where he left off in college, averaging an astounding 23 points in a single season for a rookie, making him 21st all-time overall in NBA history, along with 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2.5 steals, and 1 block a game. Although he would lose to Chuck Person for Rookie of the Year honors only because his team made the playoffs and the Cavs didn't. In his 3rd season with the Cavs, the team would post a 57-25 record, while Harper was one of 4 players to average 17 points or more on the team, which is quite remarkable. Ron would only play 3.5 seasons with the Cavs before being traded to the LA Clippers in the 1998 and 90 season. He would finish with the Cavs averaging 19.3 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and 2 steals. He would start for the Clippers and only play 20 games before suffering a devastating knee injury, tearing his ACL and meniscus, which at the time could easily end a player's career. It took Harper 2 full seasons to get back to where he was before the injury, and unbelievably he would average around the same numbers he did prior to the injury. Interestingly enough, 3 out of the 5 seasons that Harper was with the team, they made the playoffs, 2 out of those 3 with Harper healthy. Due to his injury, Harper was limited to 39 games in the 1990 and 91 season and was still putting up 19, 5, and 5 and almost 2 steals. The following year, he would be healthy and play all 82 games. Harper being able to return to his normal self after that kind of knee injury is a remarkable story on its own. But this is where things get interesting. Harper was tired of losing. He was in the NBA for 10 years, and every offseason he would work out, work hard, and come back better than ever, but only continue to lose with his teams. He made it to the playoffs 4 times in the 10 years he was in the NBA and never made it past the first round of the postseason. On top of that, his career never received any personal accolades. No all-first team anything except all-rookie team, but no all-star appearances, and arguably he was a top 5 shooting guard in the league. Many even compared his early years to Michael Jordan. At 30 years old, he felt he had nothing to lose but everything to gain, and in 1994, Harper would sign with the Chicago Bulls before the season. The Bulls were Jordanless prior to Harper's arrival, but were still a very good team going 55-25, but losing in the second round of the playoffs that year. Harper unknowingly thought he would be a top scorer on the Bulls roster, considering that's how it's always been his whole career, from high school to the NBA, but it just didn't happen that way. Phil Jackson ran the triangle offense, and Harper would have to adjust and learn the new system. With players ahead of him who already knew it, at best he would be the 4th or 5th scoring option. And when Jordan returned that year, he would be sitting on the bench a lot. That season he only played half the minutes he used to, from 36 minutes a game to only 19, scoring 6.9 points a game. Harper went from 19 points a game to now playing garbage minutes. His usage percentage went from 28% to half that. What a waste of a season. Or was it? Harper wasn't given a fair opportunity. The Bulls were now a contender with Jordan in the picture and were not waiting for players to catch up and learn the offense. Ron could have easily given up. Harper had 2 options the following year: request a trade or swallow his pride and reinvent his game. And that's exactly what he did. He didn't complain but adjusted. In doing so, he became the starting point guard for the Bulls, becoming a selfless player and sacrificing his career for the team. Harper was never really known for his outside shot, in which he grew up in an era without a 3-point line, but he was able to develop it and play lockdown defense. He did everything else the Bulls needed, making him a solid point guard for the team. His game balanced the lineup with Jordan, Pippen, and Kukoc, not needing to score but to facilitate the offense. If you ask the players on the team, they would tell you that the best lineup for the Bulls during that era was Harper, Jordan, Pippen, Kukoc, and Rodman, as they were able to switch everything due to their size and length. Harper would go on to win 3 championships with the Bulls, and after the team dismantled, he stayed 1 more year. Phil Jackson would sign with the Lakers in the 2000 season, where Harper would also follow suit. It was the perfect tandem to add to the team team of young Shaq and Kobe, and it paid off. Harper would add leadership and experience to that team in a starting point guard role, where again they ran the triangle offense. He contributed in the exact same way he did for the Bulls, and it paid off, winning 2 more championships, making his total 5. Harper added more value and recognition to his own career by scoring less and dramatically changing his role and style of play than he did trying to be the man on other teams. Who would have thought? There's a lot of players in the league right now that could take a page from Ron Harper's book. At 37, Harper would become injured and play half the season in his final year. Derek Fisher would take his starting spot, and Ron would retire after his second championship, averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, and almost 2 steals a game for his career.